Good morning, everybody. Fall is coming. Therefore, today I'm going to show you how to achieve a Moody fall look for your Pocket 2 8-bit footage and the free version of DaVinci Resolve direct after the intro.
And now we are direct in DaVinci Resolve in the color page, and we start to create the basic node tree. I hit Alt S, adding some serial nodes, basic adjustments, then look creation, add some parallel nodes by hitting Alt P, arrange it a little bit so, and additionally some serial nodes. So our basic node tree is already done, and then we start to grade by going backwards. So we start with the finally conversion LUT, put it on our last node, the conversion LUT from Cinelike to Rec 7 or 9 to create a normal Rec 7 or 9 image. It's the first step. So as mentioned before, now we start to grade by going backwards, and let's name the nodes. The first one, I call it NR for noise reduction. Second one will be white balance. Third one, lights. Let's start with the basic light adjustment. The light adjustment, you can see it's way too much lights in that image. It comes up to 1023, nearly up to the upper line, and therefore we go to our primary wheels and fix it a little bit. If I come down, let's say for that point 9.6, bring the lift a little bit down and the gamma as well, to bring the whole image more into a moody dark direction. And at the final step, I adjust the highlights again by using the slider button line in the primary wheels, and take a look at the scopes. Bring the highlights a little bit down, let's say a little bit above 896. So that's my first light adjustment. Go to the next, give it a name, contrast, to create the basic contrast. And now I use the normal contrast sliders, bring the whole contrast a little bit up, not too much, to spread the complete image, and set the pivot high, goes up with the pivot to bring the whole image again more into a dark direction. Take a look at the scopes. I hope you will see it. So let's say around, that's enough. 567, just a little bit. Okay, and now the light adjustment, the basic light adjustment is done. Let's start with the look creation. First step here is to fix the black point, give the note a name, call it curve. Go to the first page of curve, and I will set on all these crosses a point by holding the Alt key to hold this line on the neutral area. See, like that. And then just bring up the black point a little bit to get this faded look. So see, before, after. Hope you can see it. You achieve a faded black point here. It's the first step. Then let's start with color correction. Give it the name U versus U, and switch to the U versus U page by hitting these icons on the top of that window. Then set every single point and create a U curve. Mark the yellow point and bring the U up a little bit. It's more precise to work with that rotation here. Let's say just a little bit, let's say around 8. That will work fine. And to fix all this greenish, bring it a little bit down to around -10. Let's say 11, around 11. So as you can see, there's more yellow, orange, and less green in that image. Okay, next point, give it a name, U versus SAT. Switch to the next page, the U versus SAT page again. Use these points on the button line. Set every single point. Start with blue, and again the saturation slider. It's more precise to use that one, and I bring it down to, let's say, around 0.80. The aquamarine around 0.60. Same with greenish, 0.60, and leave the yellow one at 1 and switch the input hue more into the yellow direction, around, not so strong, around 10, let's say around 10. As you can see, it's very precise. And now you create such a saturation line. Switched on, switched off. Not so much happen, but the magic comes now. Next, use the U versus luminance. Give it a name. Use this little icons. Next window, U versus luminance again. Every single point. Start with blue again. Bring it down to around, let's say 80, 88. Don't use that too much. It's very powerful. And if you use it in a too strong way, it damaged, or your image will be crashed really fast. So therefore, don't use it too much. And say, let's say aquamarines, let's say, yeah, 0.80. Same with greenish, 0.80. Bring this greenish point again more into yellow direction, around, yeah, around 10. So, and last point, bring up the luminance of yellow to get a nice color-based contrast. So, and now the color grading is nearly ready. Let's start the look. Mark all this color manipulation nodes by hitting Control D, switched it off. You see that's the normal Rec 7 or 9 image, and that's the graded one. Looks a little bit more, or goes a little bit more into the moody direction. As you can see, it's the greenish, and you get more brown in that areas. Look at my pen, and the faded black point looks more, yeah, in a moody way. So now we can start with the final adjustment to achieve our result. For that step, I will use the lock wheels. So first I mark the next node. Again, give it a name, call it split, because the major point here is create a split toning effect. But I also will fix the highlight a little bit. It's a little bit too much for me, so let's say we bring it down around this 896 line, just a little bit by using the sliders and the button here. So -15, that works well for me, looks nice for my taste. And then we will start with the split toning. Switch to the lock wheels. And for everyone who look until that point of that video, I will give a bonus tip. So it's very, very difficult to find the right points with help of the tools in a normal image. Therefore, I go back to my timeline, switch the effects on, go to generators, grab a grayscale, put it onto timeline, mark it, right click, new compound clip. Name is not important here, it's just to help us to find the right split toning for that image. And I want to create just a tiny blue areas in the shadows and a little bit of teal, a little bit of orange in the midtones. So now take a look at the waveform, and always I use these, I don't use these wheels, it's not precise enough for me. It's much easier to use these sliders, bring it a little bit into a bluish area. And now we can see what's happening here is we can see where it affects our image. Starting from around 384 up to 0. And as you can see also here in the image. So I wanted bring it down only in the shadows, and so around 189. As you can see, it's affect the image in the shadow areas only, also here. Next step, midtones in the opposite direction, not too much. Just a tiny bit. Sorry. So And so maybe a bit more. So see, and you can see it affects the image up to nearly the highlights, and I don't want it. You can see it also here. It's around affect the image nearly up to the highlights. I don't want it in that case. Therefore I bring it down just a little bit more. So, and that works well for me. It's just a tiny touch. Okay. You can also see it here in the waveform, and it's nearly nothing, but that will make a big difference. Trust me. So now these are the values, and go back to my image and generate it. Let's check it again. Okay. Let's say a little bit more. And here, opposite. So bring it down up to 180 around, and bring that down. Take a look again. A little bit more. So now the split is impact, or give an impact of that image only in the dark areas. As you can see here, little bit of bluish and a little bit of orange, not so much. Switch it off on. Maybe in that image you can't see it on YouTube. Therefore, let's take a look at the scopes. A little, yeah. Final touch. So, and that's the basic adjustment or the whole look creation. If you wanna get a more desaturated look, you can also bring down the output by using the output area here of your conversion LUT, your Rec 709 conversion LUT, let's say 0.6, and so it's much more desaturated. That's a question of your personal prefer, and also you can bring it if you want more into a cold direction, not so much. It's more cold and yeah, much more desaturated. And let's try it in motion. Okay, let's try it with skin tones. I hit Ctrl C, simple, Ctrl V. As you can see, skin tones for my taste is good. Let's check it in the vector scope. Only the midtones where the skin tones are located. Put the qualifier and take a look and see the skin tones are located on the skin tone line. Maybe a little bit too much brown. If you like it, you can fix it and bring the red a little bit down for your personal taste. For my taste, it works okay, but I want to show you how you can bring it a little bit down. We will use the color wrapper, switch it into HSL, bring it to 12 nodes, grab the qualifier, set a point, increase the smooth selection. You will see here more points are selected, and bring the saturation a little bit down. Let's say -5. So, and now the skin tones a little bit, or the skin tones very clear. Take a look on, off. Well, maybe it's better. It's a question of your personal prefer. So that's all from my side for today. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it was helpful for you. If you like the content, you can hit any button down below, except the dislike button for sure. It doesn't hurt you. That's the truth. I swear.